All right, let's look at the finding probability from a probability density function. Right? Let's say probability density function f of x defined on interval from a to b. And if you want to find the probability of the random variable falling between c and d, is simply you just have to integrate it. So it's going to be integrate the probability density function, and lower limit is c and upper limit is d. Right? So in a picture, let's say so this purple curve is the probability density function, and if you integrate from a to b, you should get 1. That's one of the the conditions to be a probability density function. But if you are looking for the probability of the x being between c and d, would be the area under the curve from c to d. So this area here represents that probability, that random variable between c and d. All right. All right, let's look at a simple example. Let's say a probability density function is given, f of x equals 9 over 8, quantity x plus 1 square, all on the bottom, and defined on the interval from 0 to 8. All right, so if you want to find the probability of the random variable falling between 1 and 2, right? So as we said, we just have to integrate it, right? So you have an integral from 1 to 2, and then probability density function 9 over a quantity x plus 1 squared with respect to x. So we just have to evaluate that. All right, so how do we do that? So I'm going to kick this constant multiple out. So we're going to have 9 over 8 is just a number. So put that in there. And then we want to integrate from 1 to 2. I don't like fractions. I'm going to write it as quantity x plus 1 to the negative 2 power, since x plus 1 is sitting on the bottom. So this is equivalent, so we have that. All right, then we can just use a power rule. All right, so you have a 9 over 8. I antiderivative of that, and luckily derivative of x plus 1 is 1. So you can go through the substitution, but easy enough to without it. So I'm going to add 1 to the power, which is going to be negative 1. Divide by negative 1. So I'm going to put the negative sign, maybe a negative sign right in front, right? And then going from 1 to 2. Right, so this is going to be negative 9 over 8. And then if you plug in, so 2, so it's 2 plus 1 is 3, reciprocal is 1/3. Right, and then minus, if you plug in 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, reciprocal is 1/2. Right, so this is going to be negative 9 over 8 times, a common denominator would be between 3 and 2, 6. All right, so multiply by 2, multiply by 3, we have that. All right, so we can, let's see, we can simplify. So let's divide by 3, you get 3, divide by 3, you get 2. All right, so we're going to get, this is going to be equal to, you have a 3 on top, and you have a negative 1 times negative 1, so that cancel out. You have 2 times 8 is 16. So you have a 3 over 16 is the probability of x falling between 1 and 2. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.